Mintmaxxing. Minimize damage, maximize profit. Or something. My hands are sweating like a pig, so I use gloves. Latex is the best because it's the most elastic material. And unpowdered. You don't want powder on your cards. You're still touching the gloves with your bare hands from the outside, so go wash your hands. Stretch it well around your fingertips. You want to eliminate all the loose parts and nooks. I use elevated platform to put the cards on for better manipulation. It doesn't have to be soft, but make sure it's a material that doesn't scratch your cards. Be civilized and use scissors. Grab the pack at the top, shake it a bit. If you cut through your own cards, it doesn't count as a crimped error. Be patient and wait until the pack is actually open from one side, then pull out the cards. Don't use the cards as a letter opener to cut through a half-open pack. Yeah, Magnemite. So cute. Both the Dragon Shield Perfect Fit sleeves and the Ultra Pro Premium card sleeves are much thicker than the other girls, so I like them. Don't slide the cards over each other, just take it by the edges and pick it up. First, the Dragon Shield Perfect Fit sleeve. It might look that I'm forcing it, but I assure you, I'm just being extremely gentle when sliding it in. But be careful, the sleeves in the manufacturing process have some variance in like a fraction of a millimeter. That's like a 1/100th of an inch microwave. I don't know. So from time to time happens that you are trying to sleeve a card with a perfect fit sleeve and it just doesn't go in. Yeah, in that case, just put the sleeve aside and take a new one. That takes us to another topic. Not all cards are made equal. All right, look here. I have Disney, Lorcana, Weiss Schwarz, One Piece, and Sorcery. The thicker the card, the more width the card is going to take up in the sleeve, as the sleeve will try to accommodate for the dimension. And of course, the wider the card, the more width it's going to take up in the sleeve. So if I stack the cards on top of each other and align them against the right edge, you see that the yellow Weiss Schwarz card, you can't even see it, so it's the same size as the Disney Lorcana or smaller. But you see the wide edge, like half a millimeter, sticking out of the left side. So the One Piece card is definitely wider than the Lorcana card. And when comparing Sorcery to Weiss Schwarz, you can see the left edge of the card behind, so the Sorcery card is wider. And on top of that, not all sleeves are made equal. The TCG Guru Perfect Slim Fits are a bit more loose than the Dragon Shield. What it means in practice is that while Disney Lorcana and Weiss Schwarz went into the sleeves fairly easily, the Sorcery cards, and especially the One Piece cards, were kind of a struggle with the Dragon Shields, and it was even more struggle to take them out of the inner sleeves than putting them in. TCG Guru, on the other hand, for Lorcana and Weiss Schwarz, it was super easy, and for One Piece and Sorcery, it was a bit more difficult, but I didn't struggle. So the takeaway from this is that you need to try different brands of sleeves and try out for different cards and find the best match. Or you can skip inner sleeving and be a complete noob. Question: won't the tight sleeves damage foiling on cards? Answer: no. Yes, depends. If you have cards of bad quality, it doesn't matter if the sleeve is tight or loose. As demonstrated by the Pocket Monster, this Chansey from Pokemon XY generations got scratched easily with like almost no pressure when putting into a sleeve. I tried it out myself on this Vileplume, but I couldn't see even a minor damage. So no, sleeving a card shouldn't scratch it, but there are outliers. And we're back to Magnemite. Explain to me why I have the sleeves on the right and then I have to swap the card from right hand to left hand then to right hand. Anyways, now you take the regular penny sleeve, you take the inner sleeved card, flip it upside down, and you put it in with the opening first. This way you'll make it dustproof and waterproof. If you don't like the orientation of the card now, you can start from the other way. Put the card into the inner sleeve upside down, and then in the regular sleeve it won't be flipped. The drawback then is that the orientation for, let's say, magnetic hard cases is not ideal then. Okay, this is a bad practice. Look what I'm doing. The card is lying on a flat surface, and I'm trying to grab it. The only excuse I have is that it's already double sleeved and I'm wearing gloves, so I can nick it or bend a corner. Try to never do this on a single sleeved or a bare card. Otherwise, always place cards on an elevated surface so you can easily grab it with your fingertips. Now for extra protection, there are top loaders. Multiple thickness sizes exist, go for the 35 points. If the product description doesn't state points, it should match to 2 mm in thickness. I have no idea how many feet or washing machines that is. Alright, take the top loader, take the sleeved card, flip it upside down so that the opening is pointing upwards, and slide it in, but not fully yet. We will use index strips, not random post-it notes. It has to be post-it notes or index strips meant for paper or books, because the adhesive on them is less potent, so it will not randomly melt onto your cards or sleeves. Now this is an important detail. Attach it on the part of the sleeve that is sticking out above the card. So when you look at it, there needs to be a space between the index strip and the card. If you don't do that, then potentially, depending on the thickness of the index strip and tightness of storage of the top loader, could leave a dent in the card. Yeah, and I cut off the non-sticky part of the index strip, so it holds better on the sleeve and it's visually more appealing. To slide the card fully in, you can either knock the top loader against the desk or use the index strip to wiggle it in. Now it's super easy to take the card out, just pull on the strip. Next tier is semi-rigid sleeves or card savers. If you want to get your card graded, let's say by PSA, on their website there are specific instructions how to pack the cards. Place your card into a regular sleeve, no inner sleeve, and then place it into a semi-rigid. Oni-chan, yamete! It won't fit! So I believe there's just one universal size for card savers, and when I buy it in a card shop, I don't have to look at the dimensions. But I was wrong. I was suspecting something is wrong when, in order to get your card graded, you need to put it into a card saver. That is such a struggle that I was afraid I will damage the card. Not to mention then PSA taking it out of the card saver or cutting it out with so little space on the sides. So this is the correct size, 84mm times 124mm. That should be 3 5/16 of an inch times 4 7/8 of an inch. Look how easy it goes in and out. Now it makes more sense that this is the standard. And then when you are sanding it, you stack them on top of each other, in between some cardboard, and use a bunch of rubber bands so it holds together. The last thing I want to talk about are these magnetic enclosures. I've only used so far the 35-point thickness, which for a sleeved card proved to be ideal. I know that Ultra Pro has also 23-point thickness, but I guess that's meant for a bare card, and no, we don't do that here. It is not recommended to place there a bare card, because when you shake with it, it can get banged up. Lucky for us, the Dragon Shield inner sleeves fit there perfectly. And this is the beauty of the inner sleeves. You can swap it in between sleeves, top loaders, magnetic enclosures, and you don't have to take it out of the inner sleeve, ever. So it's protected at all times. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like and subscribe button. It'll keep my cards more protected. Alright, that's it.